Scorpio, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your September preview. Consider this a highlight reel for the month ahead. We're going to take a look at the 5 elements, which Chinese astrology, all things Chinese healing, the healing modalities, acupuncture, acupressure. I've always been fascinated with the 5 element theory. 5 elements are representation of our life and of the different dimensions, domains of the tarot. So we're going to take a look at where your major growth is for September through the major arcana. We're going to move into your wand energy, which is your fire. Then we're going to go into your sword energy, which is metal, onto cup energy, which is water, and then pentacle energy, which is earth. Okay. I will be addressing the book that came up in the last reading around ascended beings. We'll talk about that in a little while because I am going to tell everyone the book name. I got flooded with emails, y'all, and I'm a little reluctant to even bring this up. Not because I don't believe in the potential possibility of intergalactic travel and higher dimensional frequencies, beings, dimensions. Right? I believe in all of that, but there was some, I'd say, bias that I believe the author wrote about towards the end of the book that was coming, he was claiming, from the benevolent beings, the higher consciousness beings. And I don't believe some of the things that I read, higher beings would even believe this. So we'll talk about it later though, okay? I don't want to get into that right now. So let's get started. Thank you for being here, for tuning in, for the support of this channel. It's such a delight to be able to read for you and a delight to bring this unique reading to you. We're going to get into the major 1-card pull. We're going to get what you don't see coming underneath that pull. Then we're going to get what lies in the shadows, as well as Oracle Akashic record reading cards as we go. And then we're ending off with the Chinese 5 elements oracle at the end. So this is going to be a very enlightening reading for you, hopefully. Let's get started. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Scorpio. All right. Here we go. Tell me when to stop, Spirit. Whoop, there we go. We have the moon. We have the moon. I feel like you could be heavily influenced right now by this full moon that we've been experiencing the last few days. I'm reading on Thursday, the 22nd. I believe I'll be posting this on Friday, though, while I'm flying, going on a trip. But Scorpio, you have this moon energy. The moon is a number of things right off the bat. You could be feeling quite emotional in the month of September. This is where your major growth is. It's really honoring the things that you're experiencing, that you're feeling. That's really going to be important. When I open up into the cup realm, the water element will be very highlighted for you as the major arcana of water is showing up in the moon energy. So someone might be telling you some things, or you might be telling some things that you need to get off your chest. The moon is about revelations, secrets, the truth being revealed, feeling things on a deep level, intuiting our paths. I'm getting this transformation coming from you, emotional transformation. What's at the bottom of the deck, Spirit? The star, Scorpio. The moon and the star. You have some beautiful energy around your wishes, around your dreams. I think it's this really dreamy, deep type of energy for you for September. I mean, deep. Some of you are having deep desires that maybe even have been hidden, secret desires, some of you. And I'm not talking about, it could be about around love, but it feels very if it's interesting because they're pointing out this, she's like gathering gold, So this is one of those energy frequencies of growth around whatever you're doing. It means a lot to you. Whatever's going on this month, it's a deeply meaningful experience or experiences that you're having that will move you. I'm getting this whole you feeling deeply moved. All right, let's get into your fire energy. We're going to clarify those in a moment. Those are beautiful energies. The pairing of them, it's she's standing, and they're pointing out that she's standing in the water. So your emotions are really going to be moving you this month into some deep places. Okay. Now we have the card of the Ten of Wands. So you could be feeling like you're so determined. When we see this card, it's the end. It's the culmination of a job well done, of a long journey. You could be putting in a lot of effort into your work right now. I'm getting some of you have a lot of big desires, ambition, and it's like feeding your fire, and you're determined. I'm getting more of the strength and determination, Scorpio, to see it through, to grow from your experiences, to dream new dreams. What's what you don't see coming? I love it. You're definitely trying to access information, communications with the universe, answers. It feels like this is like you're searching for deeper meaning, and you're opening up to new growth. And when you look at this, see all the little shoots off of all the wands? This is a lot of wand energy. So you're being given a lot of energy. Look at that. All right. We're going to talk about, you know what? We're going to do a little different for you. I already feel like a lot of the other readings I did yesterday when I first started this grouping with the 5-element reading, I waited till the end to do what's hiding in the shadows. But I feel like because you started off with the moon, I just feel like we're going to talk about all of it at once. So no wonder. So what's hiding in the shadows for you, as you feel these things on a deep level and dream these beautiful dreams of yours, you're being heavily influenced by your high priestess energy. So, I mean, the high priestess and the moon go together. There's something that you're really working on this month within you. Some of you new dreams are being birthed. And this might be when you're actually conveying them, communicating these to people, and reaching some sort of spotlight level, because what's hiding in the shadows is as the more you put your energy into your wish fulfillment, your dream building, you're going to feel more seen, recognized, heard, valued, appreciated. Some of you are getting promotions, or you're getting that job that you've been hoping for, or you're getting recognized and known for something. You've got a lot of communication going on this month and a lot of work you're putting in. We're going to see what's going on in your Pentacle energy, but I see this glow around you, surrounding you, and within you. This is about success for you and what makes you feel successful. And not talking about just having money in the bank or what you do for a living. What makes you feel like you're living the life that you're meant to live, Scorpio, because that's going to be your focus this month. And making the decisions and communicating with your spirit guides around this. I feel like you need to take a step back and actually recognize how far you've come. My God, look at how far you've come this year. It feels like this year. Think about where you were January 1 and where you are now. I feel like you are dedicated, disciplined, very, very desirable of successful outcomes. You're not going to give up on whatever it is you're trying to achieve. And that's what Spirit's saying to you, because you might be getting a taste of that level of success that you were, thirsty. I feel like you were thirsty at the beginning of this year, and you set on some sort of new course for yourself. Whether you were thirsty to clean up certain aspects of your own personal life or your professional life, or both, a complete overhaul. You're seeing significant results this month in September, where you're going to look back and go, wow, I can't believe where I find myself. It feels that way. So take that victory lap, okay? I feel like you're reaching this. This is what lies in the shadows. So you are headed towards victory, success, triumph over maybe some trying times for you. But all it's led for you is a deepening of your intuition, and you've gone maybe perhaps more inward, Scorpio, so you can grow in deeper ways. All right, let's see what this sword energy is. Oh boy. Yeah, so now we have, as I kiss this plant, hello. Yeah, you're coming, this is the everyone's getting, I told you, we're getting like, I don't know if I told you this, but everybody's getting difficult metal energy for September. I don't think anyone's just been like easy breezy. I think maybe Aries got healing and it was very calm. I'll make note of that. Aries was the only one so far that hasn't been like having a tendency to overthink something. There's something, especially with this moon energy, that you might be having a difficult time letting go of in your mind. Don't overthink your level of success or push yourself so hard that you're not recognizing how far you've come and how much you've already grown. Okay. We're seeing tremendous deep, deep growth, especially around your wish fulfillment, your star energy, and your intuition deepening and trusting in that. All right. What do we don't see coming here at the bottom? Page of Swords. Yeah. This is the card of taking a lighter approach, a more adolescent learning vibe to the things that are on your mind. What you don't see, yeah. What's hiding in the shadows is the Four of Swords. So when you look at this grouping, you're like, nah, I'm not going to allow my mind I'm not going to get entrapped by my mind and overthink my path. We just saw 1111. Cut away at anything that is making you feel trapped or held back, especially if you're getting stuck in your healing journey. Some of you really need, or you've been in a time period where you've needed to rest, and don't overanalyze why. Sometimes we're like, we just need time to rest. So if you're taking more time this month to slow down, to rest, allow that. You're not going to stay there forever. And that might be the worry. Like, I'm always going to feel this way. Some of you physically, but it's allowing you to really distill your life down to this is for me overall. This is the card of the observer. No, Stella, I know this is what happens. I think she does this in y'all's reading more often than not. I have literally spent hours with her this morning. We went on a long walk. Yes, we did. It's because I have a neighbor that she hears. And I sat with this neighbor on my stoop for about an hour and a half last night. We had the best talks. And she just loves her. She loves her up. You go upstairs. Go lay down. It's okay. You just had 2 hours with me, sweetheart. I got to work. Go on. All right. Now let's look at your emotional energy. We're going to get the Akashic and go a little deeper here. She knows. She knows Mama's got to work. Thank you, honey. You lay down. Our animals. You might be feeling a little restless, Scorpio. So there's this restlessness. Maybe you don't want to rest. Maybe you don't want to be taking the time out, but it's allowing you to learn how to nurture yourself in a new way and nurture your mind. I feel like you've been trapped up in your head a bit. Everyone's getting this energy for the month of September. It's up to us what timeline we want to be on. You can overthink, you can overanalyze, you can get all up in your head, but Spirit is really calling us to ground in our energy and move through the day with ease, with an overall prevailing sense of peace within. All right, now let's get into our cup energy, Scorpio. What's going on with the cups in your life, the emotions? Whoop, whoa. What's going on with the emotions for Scorpio? Like I said, it's going to be a strong link. Nice. You know what? This is a very strong and it's interesting that I'm doing this. There's a lot of repetition going on. I love this. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like whatever you've been going through, I feel like things were heavier for you, but not in September. Not in September. You're coming out of this period of feeling restrained in some way in your head. Maybe you've just been overthinking everything. And I feel like what's beautiful here is I'll show you. This is the card of celebration, joy, dancing in the streets. I'll tell you, half so far of everyone. This has been a predominant theme. I think for us here in North America, it's the fall vibes, getting together, socializing. September is just a month where, I don't know, it's just a community vibe. So you may be finding more community this month or needing to spend more time with friends. I'm getting a heavy friend vibe for September for everyone. And this is where it's going to bring you a lot of joy and satisfaction and a lot of unconditional love. This is what's hiding in the shadows. Look at that. Someone else got this exactly. I feel like there's a lot of Libra influence in this with the cup energy. So this is about unconditional love, celebrating your life, Scorpio, finding fulfillment, personal fulfillment in the life that you love and the joyful celebration. So you could be feeling something very deep this month around the people that you love unconditionally. Some of you, it's your family, friends, children, but I mean, this is about celebrating your life and finding happiness in that. This feels like a really, really solid month for you, Scorpio, where wishes are coming true in the way you feel. There's such a deep, deep embodiment of maternal love. Love for all beings, love for your life, love for the world. Wow. So as the month progresses, you're going to be deepening more and more in the feeling of a beautiful currency of love all around you. Love all around you, Scorpio. The more you work on being the observer of all the things that are going on in your mind, and you cut away at your mind getting carried away, and the deeper you focus on pausing and resting, it's going to help you tremendously stepping into that timeline of feeling like your heart is completely full. All right, what's your Pentacle energy? Whoa. Ooh, I grabbed that backwards. They were showing me. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that, Spirit. I was upside down. And maybe some of you felt like your career turned a little bit upside down, but things are changing. Yep. Things are changing. Ooh, yeah, you've got a new investment opportunity here. Those both came flying out. We'll take them both together. So stand tall. Stand tall this month, Scorpio, and honor where you have arrived. This is often the card if she's in her bitchin' garden, surrounded by, all the fruits of her labor. You've got new opportunities to invest in more from a material plane, from the earthly realm. You should be proud of what you've created in your life. It's like, I feel like things are going to keep moving forward in a positive direction towards more growth, more expansion. It's like I feel like this is more just, you've already arrived in this energy, Scorpio. I'm not sure when, it'd be different for all of you, but it's going to deepen even more this month because this is the time where you're claiming victory over being led and guided by your intuition and becoming the observer and being lovingly guided by the spirit of unconditional love for all beings and finding so much joy in oneself. This is your emotional and physical sovereignty, your sense of agency is profound. Yeah, and now we have the King of Pentacles. You have been focused, very focused on giving your all to your career. And I think that you need to take a step back and go, I should be proud of myself, Jenna, because I have worked hard for what I've built. And I think you really should take note this month, Scorpio. I see really you in a beautiful energy this month. Really beautiful energy. All right, let's go into the Akashic for the moon, the star, and the high priestess. Courageous heart. You know what? I'm just going to get all these real quick, and then we're going to read through them. That's what it feels like, yeah. Right here, here. We have courageous heart, bravery, patience in your metal energy, swords energy. And then we have compassion with the unconditional love. Hello. And then these three want to come out for your Pentacle energy. So, well, you got a lot of Akashic record connections here. So this first one, when we talk about these deep, deep emotional waters that you're standing in as you reach for the stars and that golden pot of honey, right? You're being filled up, right? You've been in a receptive mode, allowing the universe to move through you here. Courageous heart. It takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. Your heart knows the way. Trust it and let it lead you to your true destiny. You know, that's why I felt a very Libran. A lot of Libras that I read for have Scorpio placements in the top 3. Mine included, I have a ton of Scorpio on my chart. a lot. It's basically Libra, Scorpio, Sag. And I identify very much with Scorpio energy as having a child in Scorpio. And I've had a lot of lovers who are Scorpios. And I'm telling you, it does take courage to follow your heart, even when you don't even know what's ahead. You're trusting spirit. You are your trusting spirit. I love it. It's like your angel wings are coming out.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Now that's interesting because my echo is starts with a Z. I'm not really sure why that chirped in, but that's spirit. That's spirit saying, maybe you didn't even see this, Scorpio, about yourself. Sorry, I didn't even know. Yes, Scorpio, you were so courageous for the path that you have led, the fearlessness that it takes to follow your heart at all times. Trust it. Trust your heart. It leads you to your destiny, Scorpio. All right, now the bravery, which the valor, right? There's some sort of valor kicking up here for you this month. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. But you do not have this. You do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. So you could be communicating something that's been a heavy burden for you this month in your wand energy that's been kind of dampening your spirits. What's hiding in the shadows is you're going to be victorious over whatever this is, this tough decision. You're brave enough. Spirit is showing you that you're courageous and you're brave enough. It's whatever decision that's been on your mind. It could be anything. It could be anything. Some of you, it's opening up to new love, or opening up to deepening of the love, learning on your path, healing from the ways that you maybe hold back. Oh, because I'm seeing speak up, let go, and reflection for your earth energy, all right, that we're going to get to in a minute. So that might have a lot to do with this, what this tough decision is. But you're going to overcome this fear. You have the strength, Scorpio, all right? I think there is a decision point here this month that's going to be pretty important. It's going to take you out of a feeling of hardship, dropping a heavy burden, communicating heavily with the universe, claiming your victory, maybe even communicating with other people or a person about this decision that you're making. Feels like you've been sitting with this energy for a hot minute. And once you commit, once you do that, the energy, it's a sense of relief. Okay, now, what we have with the Eight of Swords, this feeling of being a little bit trapped. I can't see, right? I don't know, and I'm afraid because I don't know what the future holds. Underneath it all, even if you've had this hidden energy, you've been courageous all along, Scorpio. And now you have the sloth, which when it comes to your mind, you need to slow down your thought process. Pause before. It's like thoughtful consideration in your actions is going to be the way forward when it comes to your metal energy and your mind energy. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It's not easy to do this, but you're strong. And there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. So some of you are doing deep, deep healing work with this moon here and the Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords, which when we're going through our deep healing work, any kind of dark night of the soul, shadow work, trauma work, you're trudging through it sometimes. Things come up and it's heavy to move through it. So whatever it is that you're moving through, you're learning more and more and things are going to lighten up. But Spirit is saying, just be patient with the process. Okay. This is energy we're all in as a collective at this time. This is the year of bravery, of do you have the courage, right, to look within and to become lighter and to heal the things that you know that need to be addressed within you. And we're all doing our part. And I see you doing it so beautifully, Scorpio. So please go easy on yourself, go easy on your path. Now, yes, have compassion, because the Akashic for the Queen of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Nine of Cups, which is really a good positive feeling in your heart space, you're going to have a lot of fulfillment coming forward, a lot of opportunities to be loving others and to be receiving love. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself. See, that's probably where you stumble, okay? To give yourself a break, Scorpio. Instead of being a taskmaster, a bully, and a horrible friend, I'm laughing because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Scorpio moon, so I feel y'all. I can be so hard. That inner critic is so hard. Never satisfied, right? That inner critic is never satisfied. Instead of being a taskmaster, a bully, and a horrible friend, be a loving comforter who always has your back. Okay? Be a loving comforter. And this is about your own personal satisfaction, self-love. Befriend yourself, Scorpio. Be kinder to yourself, okay? This month, it will really lighten up the frequency for you. Now, this beautiful agency, sovereignty that you have over the earthly realm, over really being generous, giving generously to the people around you, perhaps. You could be spoiling somebody in your life. Maybe you're working hard and you're like, let's go out and have a nice meal. Or there's something around emotional reciprocity, which I'm getting off of this. You might have someone in your life who really is generous with you. You're generous with them. You could be attracting a King of Pentacles here for those of you who are single, because the Nine of Pentacles is a single energy. Coupled with the Ace of Pentacles, they came out together, which is a new opportunity to invest. And Libra got a King of Pentacles with, I believe, the Ace of Pentacles. So there could be a Scorpio-Libra link around any single Scorpio or Libra attracting a King of Pentacle energy, okay, which is more earth energy, or you could be with an earth sign. Okay. And these are the three things that came up in the Akash around your earth element. Speak up. What are you not saying that's eating you up inside? Which we had with the major growth, your major growth in your intuition and your what is really your wishes coming true. What is your deep, deep wish, Scorpio? What is it that you really desire? It's time to speak up this month. You can't keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. Okay. The other one, let it go. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free, right? Yeah. Some of you are being guided to really just release past pain. That's what this healing work is. You could feel trapped in a feeling of, we all get in these modes of operating, thinking, feeling where we go through harder times and then we feel a bit like that's not fair, this hurt, and then we dwell on that for a bit. So I do see that you are letting things go this month. You're really being asked to communicate and speak up, all right, Scorpio? And then the final one is reflection. You're being asked to reflect on your recent choices. What lessons have they taught you? Reflection is the mirror to your soul's growth. Use it to deepen your understanding and intuition, which is where you're headed. This all beautifully wrapped nicely. I feel like you get the overall message that there's a lot of bravery and success and triumph through you having compassion towards yourself, being patient with your healing, keeping that courageous heart of yours aligned with self, with your wish fulfillment and your deep emotional movements. You're going to be feeling things on a deep level this month, Scorpio, for some reason. But overall, I see you feeling really satisfied and fulfilled and grounding in the way you give and receive your energy. Perhaps with a King of Pentacles in your life, whoever this is, it's someone that you are investing in or invested in. But it's important for you to speak up to about the things that have been bothering you that maybe have been building up. Okay? Don't bottle things up, okay? This is a deeply reflective month for you. The moon gazing might be helpful for you. Just feeling things on a very deep level. I think that's a beautiful way of being. I understand that. I'm guided by the Scorpio and my moon. I get this. Y'all are deep, very deep. Let's get a Chinese 5-element oracle, and then I'm going to talk about the book, y'all. Because it's been a little controversial with some of the emails I've been having with people. I'll get into it in a moment. All right. What is the Chinese 5-element? I'm going to shuffle real quick. And I will be getting out the September overview, the main spread I do every month. That will be coming. I'm going on vacation next week. I will be at my folks' house. I'll be wrapping up these readings for the whole zodiac while there. I don't think I'll get started on the monthly overview, so I might be a little late with that. Just, probably 3, 4, 5 days into the month, they'll get out. Okay. All right. We're going to take the top one, but Libra had a bunch spill out. So I'm not surprised, Scorpio. We have the top one's the most profound one, but we're going to read the underlying ones, just the top of the card. But the first one I'm going to be reading, we have the number 34 that might be significant to some of you. Firebird. Seek and you shall find. All right, we're going to read that one in a moment. Seek and you shall find, Scorpio. The ones underneath, we have Fire Monkey, time to embrace change. Cute little monkey. Release your attachments, Metal Tiger. And welcome the Muse. All right. Interesting. We'll leave those at that for you to interpret. But let's read this Firebird. Seek and you shall find, Scorpio. Sounds very mysterious, doesn't it? This card is a sign that the divine and your spiritual team have your back. The Firebird is the only pillar that contains the frequency of divine support and is also one of the 10 spiritual pillars. Ask your guides for help and you shall find it. Help can come from close friends and family, which you have here in your emotional water energy, cup energy. Ask your guides for help and you shall find it. Help can come from close friends and family, complete strangers, or the divine through serendipity and synchronicity. Like a gentle flickering flame, yin fire associated with the heart and the emotion, joy, brings light into darkness. Just as we need only one candle to light up others, we need only one spark of joy to melt the heart and stoke the fires within. The bird is a yin metal sign associated with planet Venus. Interesting that I kept bringing Libra up. The goddess of love and beauty, the height of autumn, which we're going to be in, and all that glitters. As a peach blossom star, the bird brings romantic and social opportunities. Those with the bird in their natal chart usually have an appreciation for luxury and the finer things in life, which we have with the Nine of Pentacles. Yin fire is in the heavenly frequency emphasizes living from the heart. What the heart needs is simple moments of joy. God, this is very similar to a lot of you have Libra influence, whether it's with the people around you or you have it heavily in your chart or some sort of synastry going on in your chart during September, some sort of Libra connection. You might want to watch that reading because this card even is very similar to what they got. All right. What the heart needs is simple moments of joy, but our desires often complicate our life. Open your heart to new opportunities. Explore your passions. Do what you love. Treat yourself with love, which we got with compassion. All right. Be kinder to yourself, Scorpio. So treat yourself with love and be your own best version so that you can't help but love that version of you. The message from heaven: cultivate the fire within, the source of inner joy, with a daily gratitude practice. Remember that feeling of gratitude whenever you need to elevate yourself to the frequency of joy. And the message from earth: like the bird loves to shine, show the world your best and get noticed, which we have the Six of Wands hiding in the shadows. Your confidence will attract support and opportunities. I think you're going to have a really beautiful month ahead with that Firebird. Seek and you shall find, Scorpio. That concludes this reading. Now we're going to go into, for those of you who didn't watch the reading last for the mid-month, the previous to this one, this may not apply, but it may pique your curiosity around. Maybe I should go back and watch that one if you're new, brand new here. All right. I start talking about intergalactic travel, higher dimensional beings, ascended masters on planets that have reached higher stages of evolution and consciousness. I had just started reading this book. I was very excited about it. I found it through someone I follow on YouTube who is a student, a master hypnotist around the work of Dolores Cannon, which a lot of you I'm sure are familiar with. And she does deep level hypnosis on her subjects. She posts a lot of material around this realm. It's very fascinating because a lot of stuff comes up when you go deep into the subconscious and people start talking about some trippy experiences, all right, that they have in other lifetimes. And anyway, she came across someone who had adapted the English version of a book that was written by a Frenchman in the early 90s who claimed to have traveled to a higher dimensional planet in his physical body. And I recommended this book, but I didn't state it over the video. And I said, just email me and I'll give it to you. Well, I got inundated. I don't think I realized how many people would be like, yeah, I want to read that. Like, who wouldn't, right? Well, what happened is that I did recommend it to quite a few people before really ingesting the entire book. Well, I finished the book and there were some things that happened at the very end of the book. I was all on board the whole book. And then towards the end, this benevolent being who supposedly higher level consciousness, ascended being, started talking about some things that just did not resonate with me. And I will include the two things that did not resonate with me. Number one, this being claimed that at any point, if you ingest alcohol or any kind of drug, that it does permanent damage to your astral body that could take lifetimes for you to recover from. Now, that I didn't sit well with, because what about, like, I mean, you got to talk about all the applications of any drug, all right? It felt like any drug whatsoever, like completely stop doing anything, all right? Because it's going to damage you spiritually. And I'm like, well, what about people that have to be on medication, right? For mental illness? What about people that have to undergo surgery, right? So the idea that ascended being would say that it would be permanently damaging to your astral body. Now, they said nothing about abuse or anything of that nature. So it was very ambiguous. So I guess what I'm saying around that topic, it just didn't feel like it was resonating for me. I will be completely honest with you. I grew up in a small southern town, a very party type of college environment, and I have had my day in the sun with recreational substances, we'll say that. This book did make me take a step back and consider my relationship, which I have been ever since I had COVID. I have been taking a look at that in my life, and it really is. And I've had content come to me. You know, Spirit speaks through us. And I watched that now pretty popular Huberman podcast. If any of you follow him, 6 million views about the health effects of alcohol. And I actually was guided a few months ago before I even read this book to no longer, become a non-drinker basically, but I'm not a non-alcoholic. And I don't want to trigger anyone. This is a personal choice, but it's interesting but I don't think that any alcohol I've ever had in my lifetime was permanently damaging my astral body. So, that's why, we have to read these things and just sit with it. There also was a mention of, this is also too what was upsetting for me, because I didn't want to recommend this book and have people think this is what I believed too. That this higher being said it towards the very last chapter, along with this astral body damage, right, effect of alcohol and drugs, that gay people were somehow neurotic and that they needed to seek treatment. And that I cannot get behind that, y'all. I believe that we are a diverse universe and that we should celebrate our differences. And there was a paradoxical message being sent through this book, because on the one hand, they talked a lot about race and gender, because this being in the book that was the main guide for the earthly person that did this travel was an androgynous being or hermaphrodite being. So they could be both genders. So I know I might be losing a lot of you. I'm going to wrap this up now, but I'm going to announce this book. Take what resonates, y'all. I didn't sit well with the very last part of it, but I've had people upset with me that I wouldn't recommend the book. So I'm going to just tell you the name of it and you do as you see fit. So from now on, when I recommend a book, lesson learned, I will read it thoroughly before I say a word. But there was some really interesting things about the science of travel, right? And how other planets could be governed. There's a lot of political, environmental connotations to this material that I read. It's called Tia Uba, the Golden Planet, okay? ThiaOoba, the Golden Planet. And it is on Amazon. So please don't write to me. Don't email me. You can tell me like your thoughts about this as well. I don't mind welcoming that, but to expect me to write back to you and recommend this, I can't really stand behind it and say this is the gospel, this is the truth, because it's written by a Frenchman in the early 90s who, this was his interpretation, right? And his recollection of his experience. And he had a really hard time getting this published. I'm not here to say that it's the truth or not. That's up to you, all right? I'm still not sure what I believe. And that's okay. I think we should be skeptical with the things that we encounter. Take what resonates and leave the rest, right? That's how we should live our lives. Some of it resonated, some of it didn't. Does it mean I don't believe any of it? Still sitting with that one. So with all that being said, thank you for all of your support, y'all. leave it to Scorpios for me to like go knee deep in some controversial stuff that it's been a little uncomfortable to even express these things, but I can't help but be authentic and tell you how I really feel about the things that I encounter. So you will get the truth and nothing but the truth here. With anything I have to go back and I feel bad that I recommended something without giving it a thorough review first. So that's on me. All right. So I will see you all soon in the September overview. Thank you for obliging me with that long spiel at the end. Now I'm sure all of you are going to be curious about this. And he is long since passed, the guy who wrote this. It's in different hands now. He's sold the rights to a different person, so he's no longer on this earth. Maybe he's on Tia Uba. I don't know. There was a lot of talk about the Bible and Jesus and things that were really wild. All right. Like I was even like, what? Like, it's interesting. Well, it could be a really brilliant work of science fiction, but take what resonates, y'all. Okay. All right. Take care.